Nothing more than a hose would do. Do you know what I mean? I had my car egged a couple of years ago. It took me 10 minutes to clean it off.
Yeah, well, that's one car, one window. Do you know what I mean? 2 windows or whatever. Do you know what I mean? You're talking about, like, obviously cartons of eggs being emptied or found or something like that and being locked at windows, probably on the first floor, second floor. Do you know what I mean? I don't know the building, so I don't know what it looks like. But I know, like, that...
Okay, but you think the school was probably right to react this way, with a view to making sure it doesn't happen again next year?
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
They have a responsibility as well to the neighbours and that are around the area. If the school was emptying out, I mean, like, I wouldn't like 50 or 60 people standing around outside my house. They have enough to put up with probably being beside the school in the first place.
All right, now, Shauna, you're on FM104. Hi, Shauna.
Hi.
Yes, go on.
Yeah, I think, like, loads of people are hearing different stories. Like, there was no water balloons. The only thing that people literally did have was eggs.
And how many eggs were thrown? Are we talking hundreds of eggs?
Yeah, I'd say hundreds, because when we got kicked out at about 11:30, and we were standing at the shops just across them, and like they had eggs at this stage, but I'd say they had about 36 between all of them, and then we went down to Super Value, like loads of people went down to Super Value, and they went, the school obviously rang to tell them not to sell eggs, like to any students. So they went to a different shop then and got eggs, and I was like, there was a good few thrown, but it was blown out of proportion. Like, there was rumours going around, I don't know if this is true, that the principals egged themselves, like.
Well, I don't know that myself, other than I got a few texts about it, so I don't know if that's true. But you're saying that it was nothing more than egg throwing?
It was nothing more than eggs. I think what made the neighbours so annoyed is because they were standing around waiting for lunch or whatever, like. There was loads of people, there was flour eggs and lads dressed in morph suits, and like if anything did happen to Mr. Oren, that was completely out of order because for what he's done from.
No, as I said, I don't know if that's the case. I actually don't know if that's the case. But if it was the case, he's right to be pissed off.
Yeah, and obviously he just acted on that. Like, you can't imagine how pissed off he probably was. Like, after all he's done for all of us.
And are you a sixth year yourself?
Yeah, I am.
And how do you feel about the graduation being cancelled?
I'm heartbroken, like, cause it's like your whole year going up one by one, getting your like now we're getting our certificates in the post, like that's all graduation.
And can you not organise something else in a function room in Skerries somewhere?
Yeah, we are trying to, like, people are trying to organise a graduation, like, but it's not going to be the same as the teachers and stuff. And by the way people are acting, like, they're acting as if the 6 years are hooligans, so they're not going to really let us...
Well, somebody texted in a second ago, what is the point in throwing eggs? Is anybody from those students would like to be attacked with eggs? I don't think so. They showed that they have no respect for their school, so finally showed the same to them. In other countries, such behaviour will be called hooliganism.
Yeah, but, like, eggs, it's been going on for years. It happens in every school. It happened in the school nearby in Balbriggan, eggs were thrown. Like, in all fairness, they probably would have been better off water balloons. It would have done less damage. Like, it would have been a bit of water, like. But obviously it's a kind of normal thing to do if people think to get eggs straight away for pranks, like, if that's a thought.
You heard what David said a second ago. Maybe by cancelling the graduation, the school will teach fifth years and fourth years and third years that when it comes their turn to leave the school, this will not be tolerated.
I know, well, my sister's a fifth year student, and the teachers went around today and warned them, like, you will not be sitting your leaving cert in the school if the same thing happens next year. Like, there was a serious...
So maybe it's just putting the marker down, we've had enough of this, we're not putting up with this, no graduation this year, and that'll teach the rest of you. Can you not understand that?
Oh no, I can't understand that, but it's just the amount, like, people have been preparing for that since the start of sixth year, the music, like, everything, like, and it's so unfair that they have to not be able to do what they've been working on for the past year.
Okay, and were you involved yourself in throwing eggs, Shauna?
No, I'll be honest, I did throw one or two eggs and it hit someone's leg, and I wanted to hit them, but it literally splashed off my head direct, like, but I didn't throw any at a car or a teacher. Like, I wouldn't think that, because that's not fair, like. Okay,
Augustus, very quickly, what did you want to say?
How's it going? I just want to say half the stuff that's been said by other people, like, the only thing that was thrown was eggs.
Nothing else?
No, nothing else but eggs.
And was there any property damaged?
Well, I'm sure the school was damaged, like.
Well, damaged in what way? With just eggs?
Like, a few eggs were thrown to the school, and I'm sure some other students shoot my cars. I don't know why. But, it's like, the school was damaged by a few eggs. Nothing else happened, but eggs were.
And do you think it was a complete overreaction to scrap the graduation?
Well, if Mr. O'Riordan got eggs, I'm sure he's going to be pissed off, but I think it's a bit too far cancelling the graduation, like.
Okay, and again, I don't know if he was or not. It's just what some people have said to me. But even if he was, you think it's an overreaction?
Sorry?
Even if he was, you think it's an overreaction?
Well, it's his opinion, but yeah, it could be a bit of an overreaction cancelling the graduation. Like, you meant the students to put so much effort into that. I think that it got cancelled.
All right, I want to go down the road, down to Drumcondra. JJ, you're on FM104. How are you?
I'm grand, yeah.
Now, back to Skerries Community College. You were actually one of the ones doing the egging.
Yeah, I was egging the school, yeah.
Why?
For the crack.
For the crack. And how do you feel about the graduation being scrapped?
Well, it's a bit bad, but I was just living my name up in Kelly Park, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all the boys in Kelly Park do that, so I just had to live up the name of Kelly Park and do it.
You had to live up to your name, right? Fabulous. And one last call. Ali, you're on FM104. How are you, Ali?
Hiya.
Now, you're really pissed off because a small minority of your class have ruined it for the rest of you.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I've been in the school 6 years, and I know I'm speaking for a good few people when I say this, like, but there's so many of us that have never done anything wrong in the school. And to have an entire graduation taken away when everyone's put work into it, and to have that taken away just for a minority, like, it's ridiculous. Like, it really, really is. Like, and
were you looking forward to Sunday?
I was, actually, yeah, because it's more so, it's your last time in school, you want to end it on a good note.
And you obviously, I mean, a lot of students, I have to say, for the school authorities, the reaction we've gotten to this, and by the way, from Maryfield School as well, the reaction we've got has just been overwhelming. Like, what the hell? Firstly, were the students told to go home early for? In Maryfield, they feel they weren't finished their work yet. And in your case, you obviously believe, like a lot of people do, that the pranks weren't even that bad. And that this is a complete overreaction. Like, it's the same thing every year that happens, but it's only now they're excuse the pun, but they're cracking down on us, and it's because there was no bad pranks done as such. It was all harmless stuff, and you can do a lot worse than eggs. All right, now, if for anybody who has a copy of this evening's Evening Herald before I wrap up this conversation, the irony of this conversation is there's a whole article about the school in Skerries, and beside of it is a basket of eggs, a picture of a basket of eggs. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but there you go. Okay, so you're, and a lot of people are asking me to talk about high school in Rathgar. I just don't have time. I'm really sorry. Maybe it's something we'll come back to tomorrow night. We just don't have any more time. A lot of you on about high school in Rathgar as well. Look, I can understand why a lot of students are... and some of the accusations being made against the school in Rathgar we can't confirm, so we just can't deal with it. Sorry, just back to Skerries. Perhaps the school did overreact. Perhaps it's a bit over the top to scrap the graduation for next year. But as you heard a number of callers, or for this year, but as you heard a number of callers say, maybe ye lot in 6th year just have to suffer so that it doesn't happen again next year. And maybe that's what the school are trying to do. Anyway, thanks very much indeed for all of your calls, comments, texts and opinions. This is Adrienne Kennedy with FM104's phone show. We're with you until 1 o'clock tonight.